Hey everyone. Hi, it's Lisa Clayton of lisaaclayton.com, founder and social leader of the Inner Leader Movement. We are here today on Monday, April 6th, 2020, with Indigo Mystic, helping her mama out. She put on a beautiful little Easter egg scarf for you today to try to bring you a little bit of cheer. As you can see, she's been working very hard today, sleeping. She's had a big day of sleeping since it's been raining outside and our walks have been less and less. However, our first message to you on this Monday, April 6th, is that we hope that you are well and safe. And if you are struggling with the virus or any form of illness, we send you lots of loving, healing light and love. We also send our compassion and healing comfort for those who have lost loved ones during this pandemic. It certainly is astounding with the numbers that come through each day, the videos of what people are going through on the front line. And then on the other aspect of this, the other end of the spectrum, are these amazing acts of kindness and people coming together to help each other, to support each other, to provide each other with food and the necessities of life. Landlords reducing or eliminating rent. There's so many wonderful stories happening. And, and we're going to put you to sleep with all of this, huh? So we want to send our sincere love and light out to everyone. And as we tuned in to the Monday mantra for this week, we're starting a whole, well, there's a lot of speculation and there's a lot of information coming in about how long this will go on and what we are going to be subjected to in the coming month, mainly the month of April. And there's a lot of energies flowing through this week with speculations. It's still the unknown coming. There's a lot of estimations, theories. And so we are doing more and more of centering into the heart and getting more focused with heart-focused breathing and calming the nervous system. And this Monday mantra that came through was part of, oh my gosh, what did I do with it? About 2 weeks ago, I tuned in and I received 12 very specific sets of instruction and guidance from my team Divine, from your team Divine, from our team Divine, the beautiful realm of angels, ascended masters, my soul family in light, from my father, my grandmother, my grandfathers. And they come together in a beautiful team of resources for us to help navigate through this time, especially this time. They're always there, but especially for this time, they're working on the front lines of Divine to help us navigate this time and to make change. So the Monday mantra for this week, and I love this, they were talking about individuation, incubation, shape-shift a new reality, become your source self. I absolutely love this. This was actually point 6. My year and everything is a 6, but the individuation, incubation, they're saying you're never going to have this time again to go deep into your source self, the individual of who you are and what you are here on this earth to contribute. And, those roles are all different. We don't have to be someone famous or someone known. We can be a stay-at-home mother taking care of the family. We're all stay-at-home families right now, but it can be any role you have that is designed with your soul's blueprint and your soul's purpose. But the issue with this individuation, incubation, It's like being put in an incubator. The stay at home, the in shelter in place, the quarantine, the isolation. It is a time for us to go into our hearts and really look at our patterns, our habits, the way that we were living before, because nothing's going to be the same. Everything's going to change. And it's time for us to shape shift a new reality of living. I know that since things have slowed up, it feels good. It feels good not to be rushing to the next event or going, to this and that or making up activities to go to. It really has brought a sense of stillness and time alone, with our own voices, our own inner voices, quieting the mind and going into the heart. And the more that we go into the heart, the more that our minds quiet and our heart's intuitive intelligence comes into an expansion so that we can use it as its guides. What is it that your intuitive, not wisdom, your intuitive wisdom, that's what they're saying. They're saying, okay, talk about the wisdom, Lisa. So yes, so there are this wisdom that you've carried with you eternally with your soul through other lifetimes, or maybe, however your soul has traveled, it has this beautiful innate wisdom. And this is the time to tap into that innate wisdom through the help of the divine team, the team divine. They will always activate. Metatron has been showing up. Metatron is the supernal teacher, the holder of the Akashic records. Metatron is a powerful divine intelligence angel that activates the inner wisdom that we have. Some of this wisdom is learned, but most of it has been carried in our souls and our hearts eternally, and that we have this internal system that we haven't activated completely in the external distractions of being busy with jobs, with careers, with families, and there's so many external distractions that take us away from this internal introspection and reflection. So some of the questions that came through when this was downloaded to me was, individual incubation's time is now. What is your true sense of self? How will you show up differently than the former business plan you had outlined for 2020, or what your business coach or others or your clients have advised you or guided you to do? What is your innate wisdom telling you? And then I love this one. What will you incubate in your container of love and light that is unique for this time, the new world emerging? And then they said, it will be entirely different, we guarantee. Incubate, marinate, saturate yourself in source, light, and love. Come home to yourself. Come home to your source self. Watch how you shape shift a new reality as you incubate. Oof, it just gave me a chill. So that's what we're doing. Indigo and I are creating a new reality in our world. What we're doing is we're examining our habits, the things, the routines that we were in, and looking at how we are going to be different when we come out on the other side of this, if we do. We're not immune from the virus. There is no immunity for it that we know of physically. However, what the Team Divine is saying, there is an immunity from it. In fact, I'll read it to you. It was point number 1. Said this is not just a pandemic mandate for you to go to your room. You have been directed to go into yourself. The more you try to push through this quarantine and isolation, which are hidden treasure gifts, and do what you think you should do or must do. Now, this is fascinating. The more you are vulnerable and weakened to the virus as it looks for its next host, it seeks out those who are most vulnerable, not only physically. So that's why the older generation or people who've had asthma or lung issues are the most vulnerable. However, it also seeks out those who are disconnected from source light and their own spirit being. When your spirit is connected and tapped into source, it is naturally strong, resilient, trusting, and knowing there is immunity, not only from the disease, but from the immunity from the uneasiness, the discontent, and the unfathomable mistruths you have told your beautiful, amazing self. That was pretty amazing as I was given information about how this virus is not just physical, it affects the mental, emotional, and spiritual aspects of our being also. So the more that we can bring in that beautiful source, love, and light through prayer, meditation, connecting with our hearts, with writing, with singing, with dancing, bringing forth that beautiful source energy through our being, our source selves light up. And that light, and we know that the light of love is so powerful that it can it can it can chase away the darkness. It can bring forth healing. It is so powerful, the light of love. And so that's what the angels are constantly bringing forth in the downloads that I get. They're also instructing me that perhaps my first book that I've signed up to write this year on a solo journey, I've contributed to several compilations, but this solo book perhaps is the transmissions and the guidance for the new age of living that's coming in from Team Divine. So, Indigo, is there anything that you would like to say today about the Monday mantra and starting this beautiful month of April? Even though we are sheltered in, we have the opportunity to go deeper and check in with the angels, don't we? And what else do we have to do? Are we going to pick some angels to assist us with the Monday mantra today? Are you going to tap on the cards? Okay, why don't we do that? Notice Indigo's getting a little shaggy. She hasn't had her normal grooming. So she looks like a little puffball. Okay, my dear, mommy, Mama shuffled the cards before. Do you want to tap? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Want to give them a special blessing? Okay, she's ready. All right, let's see what Indigo has initiated here for the angels to help us activate the Monday mantra for this coming week. We have a lot going on this week. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing a full moon circle virtually, my first one in many months. And I'll be popping on to give you the highlights of how to work with this beautiful full moon energy. The full moon is in Libra, which is which is of balance and of beauty and of going within to obtain the balance. So there's a lot of information coming through with just working with the moon. Full moon this week, which is tomorrow, April 7th, is the full moon. Okay, so we have Gabriel coming through, and I think this has been coming through before. I think Gabriel came through with this beautiful grace. So with hope, with trust, with coming home to yourself comes this beautiful energy, the flight of grace. And Gabriel is just saturating us with that divine white light to activate this incubation, this individuation, incubation with the beautiful elixir of grace. And it's also helping us to make the commitment for change. and how we will live in this new world emerging. We don't know what's going to happen with the economy. We do not know what's going to happen with the way things were. Things are changing already. So Gabriel is saying, I will bring forth the grace to activate more inner ease, peace, and calm so that you can go even deeper into what is it that I am going to bring forth in this new world. And here's Santa Fawn. Lots of love. So this is the love light. Look at this beautiful golden light on this card. And this happens to be, it actually looks like a picture. I never know. Sometimes the pictures and the visuals when I'm in transmission shapeshift themselves, but this actually happens to be, you can see really close, a picture of the Ascended Master Jesus. And that's what Jesus did on this earth, is just really emulate the love and light that is so important for us to activate at this time, in this dark time, in this unknown time, is to shine the light of love. And it's interesting because Santa Fawn is saying, Lisa, bring forth the message I brought to you earlier this week. Santa Fawn, I love this. I have this here. Santa Fawn is also the sacred guardian of the earth. And what Santa Fawn was bringing forth for us this week was that we as humans really we don't practice unconditional love. In fact, I was given an overview of all the points of light throughout the world that were love sick or had conditions of love and had expectations of love or had arranged marriages of love. When and what the angels were saying, especially Santa Fawn, was saying is that we don't even know. The angels always say we're unconditional love. We love you unconditionally, but you don't know how to do that on earth with one another. You haven't even scratched the surface of unconditional love. So that's what Santa Fawn's saying. We're going to activate not only the love light within you this week in this individuation incubation, but also activating a new way to love with no conditions, no expectations, no neediness, no, oh, if I love you, then you'll love me back, and all those conditions, or if I do this, or are you disappointing me because you didn't love me like I wanted you to love me? All of those conditions are going to evaporate in this new world emerging. So this is a very, very key message. And Gabriel, so I love this. And so isn't this appropriate? And so this is the balance. So this is the full moon coming tomorrow in Libra to bring us into an equilibrium of balance and to take an assessment. That's what Gabriel's saying. Please take an assessment of what's out of balance in your life. What makes you feel uneasy? What makes you feel discontented? What is it that you're not in alignment with? When you're in alignment with source, when you're in alignment with divine, when you're in alignment with your heart, these conditions start to evaporate and disappear because there are so many ways to balance and get back into this equilibrium. So one of my neighbors, we were talking about what was happening and how we are living now, what we are doing more of, what we are doing less of. And so we were saying, gosh, we're doing more cooking at home and creating recipes and learning how to make things out of scraps of leftovers and reading more, writing more, resting more, taking naps throughout the day. And my neighbor looked at me and he said, you know, Lisa, this is the way we are supposed to live. And it really struck a chord with me. So as we are sheltered in place and you're doing your individual incubation, really think about, is this the way I want it? What aspects of this is the way I want to live? What can I bring forth and bring into balance? So Gabriel's come through twice. today. So when an angel comes through twice, just to let you know, and I love this beautiful white light and blue quantum energy that Gabriel brings in, they're working overtime in the light frequency energy and in bringing us the source. And of course, gosh, couldn't this just beautiful? Sandafon with love. The first point of love, Sandafon's like, Lisa, time out. Bring forth the real true point of this message today is to learn to love yourself. Every single aspect of yourself is perfect and beautiful. You are an amazing, amazing soul that has so much to offer in this world by just being here. Imagine we're here. We're here during the most transformational time on Earth's history. Never in Earth's history for thousands of years has there been a global pandemic like this. You know, there's been world wars, but not all countries were involved. There's been all kinds of things that have placed our attention into, but this pandemic is changing the world. And we're going to be ready to change with it, aren't we, Indigo? Because we're doing our individuation, incubation every single day. Do you have anything else you want to say to the audience before we sign off today? We'll say we'll be on tomorrow for the full moon circle report. And I never know what's going to come through. So just to let you know that angel astrology comes through at the moment of the full moon. So I can't really do any predictions or any estimations of what's really going to come through until I'm actually in transmission with the group that shows up for the circle. And then we get the information, and then I can bring it forth to you after the full moon circle. So we'll do that tomorrow, Wednesday. We'll do it on Wednesday because tomorrow night is our full moon circle. Okay, so Indigo, come up and say goodbye to everyone and say thank you for joining. We love you. We send you so much positive energy, healing, comfort for whatever you're going through right now. And best of all, we send you love. Yeah, from the Sacred Heart of Jesus to from the Sacred Heart of the angels, from our hearts to yours. Okay, we love you. Take good care. May the energy of this Monday mantra carry you through with lots of hope, with lots of trust, with a determination to bring forth a difference in this world. Okay, bye-bye.